Demetri Martin once said, "The digital camera is a great invention because it allows us to reminisce instantly." I'm going to tell you about the Canon EOS Rebel T3. You need this camera because it is the stepping stone to a world of memories with just the push of a button. Tonight I'm going to explain to you why digital photography is better than film photography. I'm going to express all of the camera's capabilities, and I'm going to show you a few examples of the Canon EOS photos compared to some simple digital camera photos. First, I would like to explain to you the advantages of using a digital camera versus using a camera that still requires film. With film, Kodak.com says that it takes 1 hour to develop a single strip of film. With digital, one of the biggest benefits is that you can see a photo instantly. If you need to delete it because it's poor or you need to change your settings or anything like that, you have the ability to do that right then instead of having to wait an hour to go develop your film, and it's just so much quicker. With film, it requires a darkroom to edit your pictures. With digital, you can edit your pictures so much faster. You can use Adobe Photoshop or whatever you prefer to use, whatever your preference on software editing is. With digital, you can store your photos on a computer. You can upload them to your computer, you can erase them off your camera, and then you have the ability to keep them off your memory card and keep your storage available. With film, you have to still find a place to store your negatives and to store all your hard copies. Digital is just so much easier. Now that I've convinced you that digital photography is better than film photography, let me explain to you why the Canon EOS Rebel T3 camera is a perfect digital camera for you. This camera is so user-friendly and has a variety of settings that can give you just the picture that you want. It was rated a 4 out of 5, 4.8 out of 5 on www.vhphotovideo.com. It comes with 2 lenses so that you have the opportunity to zoom as little or as much as you need. This is the 18 to 55 millimeter lens. It's super lightweight and it fits on your camera pretty easily. Or there's this lens, which is a little heavier at 75 to 300 millimeters. You have the ability to zoom so far and it comes out with just the sharpest pictures. Also, this camera has such a long-lasting battery. I can put it in the wall and charge it for 4 hours or so, and I think I've taken 2 weddings and family shoot on just one battery. It's just the capacity of the battery is just amazing. There are 14 different settings that can be put to use depending on what the operator wants the photo to look like. These are just a few examples. Obviously, there's the automatic setting, which is the most common, which is where the camera does everything for you. It sets your lighting, it sets your background, it has its own program setting to just make the picture look perfect. There's the portrait setting, which is another common one. That's used for taking pictures of people in post settings. If you took family shoots or senior shots or anything like that, that's what you would use for that. There's the landscape setting, which you can use when you go on vacation, if you need to take pictures of sunsets or mountains or valleys. It has a wide zoom lens on it. There's a sports setting, if you have a kid that plays basketball or football and you want to catch them getting their first layup or their last touchdown or whatever you want. This camera is really great for taking pictures of motion. There's also the macro setting, which a lot of people don't know what it is. It's that little flower setting on your camera that is used for if you take a picture of a flower, for instance. If you want to get a butterfly and you want to blur out your background, that's what that setting is used for. Because I have told you only a few of the outstanding abilities that the Canon EOS Rebel T3 has, I would like to show you a few photography examples to further convince you of this camera's perfection. These are some pictures that are taken from different cameras that will show you the advantages of having a DSLR, which stands for Digital Single Reflex Lens, which is basically just a fancy word for upgrading from a simple point-and-shoot camera to a fancy digital camera. This is a terrible picture, obviously. It was taken on a tiny little Canon when I went to Europe 2 summers ago. My mom took it. There was no motion, and this was with a flash. And see how blurry it is and just how absolutely awful it is. It was taken at 9 o'clock at night, and that's just the quality that it gave me. Tried it again without a flash this time, and it comes up with all these fun little dots. And it's just, again, just a poor picture. We never got just a great picture of the Eiffel Tower. This is a picture that I took at a wedding 2 weeks ago with this Canon EOS Rebel camera. Look at the quality difference. Look how sharp these images are. I use the macro setting, and so the focus is on the ring, but the outside line of the bracelet's kind of blurred out. It just makes this image just pop. This is also another image that I took at the wedding. The lighting, the background, you can't see the full image because the PowerPoint limited it, but just in general, this picture compared to the ones you just saw just proved to you that this camera is just amazing. So in conclusion, tonight I have told you about some of the qualities that the Canon EOS Rebel T3 make it one of the most reputable cameras on the market. Obviously, digital has many more advantages over film, so if you still use a film camera, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. It is easy to use with a variety of settings, and I've shown you a few examples taken with the simple point-and-shoot camera compared to the Rebel EOS 3. Now that you've heard of all the reasons that the Canon EOS Rebel T3 is the best camera for you, go out there, buy it, start taking pictures to make your world one that is full of memories.